Hello, my name is Mark Clements, and I am with the campaign to end the death penalty in Austin, Texas. Speaking upon the case of David Joseph, a 17-year-old African American that was legally lynched by a Officer Freeman of the Austin Police Department. We must understand one thing, that here in Austin, it's a very small town. These injustices appear to be common. Once a police-involved shooting and there's a investigation, it's sent over to a monitor within the office of the Austin Police Department, the office of the Austin Police Department. The monitor responsibility is to investigate and make a determination as to if a claim is sustained or denied. Here it is. Most apparently, a young brother that is dealing with perhaps some form of mental deficiency issues. And our criminal system, police is a part of the criminal system, takes upon the approach to assassinate this kid, to assassinate him without any justification. The police chief in the city of Austin is presumed to be highly suspect as being impartial. The police union, however, is in disagreement with the police chief decision to reach a investigation within a I think it's 45-day time frame. A decision has been reached. It was reached Monday. Well, Sunday it was reached, but it was disclosed on Monday in Austin, Texas. It was determined that the Austin police would hold that decision from the public for several more days, and then it would release its findings. That alone don't make common sense to me, because if a body is placed into office to be independent from the police department and to reach decisions based upon officer-involved shootings, then yes, it can be sent to the police chief, but it also must be made known to the public as well, to avoid impartiality, to avoid things from being changed around in that report, to avoid political influence, to avoid anything that could be considered as a act of impartiality from occurring. Well, the decision lingers. The public don't know, and they will apparently not know of this decision for whenever the police chief wants to make it known. Now, if that does not sound like deja vu in the days of battling with Chicago police, then what do it sound like? It sounds a step backwards. Whenever the police chief feels like he wants to release a report, then he can do it. He decided he never want to release it. I guess he can not release it to the public, that is. I think the public have a absolute right to know what the investigators in this case have discovered. I think that it is very, very important for the community as a whole to recognize the fact of being bamboozled, being pushed under the rug, and basically allowing for the impartiality to have an opening to occur. I think that we as a people, we must understand one thing. The one thing being, we can't take steps back. We can't take steps back with a movement that has gained a lot, but has been somewhat shut down. What? By the system coming out with even more laws of impunity for police officers that kill people in cold blood murder. The city of Austin is one that should know very well of the political football games that were played in the Larry Jackson assassination by, once again, Austin police. We must recognize when we are being bamboozled. We must recognize one thing, that from the police chief to the mayor of Austin, to the mayor, meaning there's always a mayor and there's always someone behind the scenes of that mayor. I speak integrity of justice to you. The integrity of justice wants quick, fast, and accurate justice. A young kid, 17 years of age, under no circumstances, if not bearing a weapon, should not be shot. It makes no common sense, other than to prove the fact of legal lynching. The police, the prosecutor, the judge, and jury. The legal lynching system is technically outlawed, but is not outlawed. We as a people, we must understand one thing, that justice comes with a price. A price. And when police officers cross the line, where do you go for help? Yeah, you can go to the prosecutors, but the prosecutors is relying upon those police officers to testify in certain important cases. So as a result of relying upon them, they go easy on them, and they go beyond easy. that has been systematic. It has been systematic with the FOP. It has been systematic. And, you know, it's not to wage a war. It's to wage conscience awareness. The people on the other end of the gun, they know they're crossing the line, and they know when they're in the wrong. They know. The key of it is we need accountability in instances like this. And that's what must come out of this, is accountability. You know, a promise that a officer will receive so many hours of mental health training, that brings little aid, relief, and justice to the family who must grieve this pain. Young men walking down 6th Street in Austin, Texas, thrown to the pavement of the ground because they jaywalked the streets. A female taken to jail because she wished to video the incident and did not leave in a timely fashion. This seems like dictatorship here in America. That's what it is. Now, how in the world can the Austin Police Department not acknowledge their errors, fix its errors? And, you know, that's going to be enlarged to you, the residents of Austin, Texas. Fix the error. Hard fight. Hard fight. But it's one that is worthy, and it's very important that the young children that attend Austin University, that they remain to take interest in their communities. They have a voice, and in their voice, we can win. How can we win? The way this society will change is by the mindsets of the people. The mindsets are somewhat changing. However, the action has kind of like stalemated. The people must get up. It's integrity. It's human rights. It's for justice. It's to achieve the best. It's to achieve a prevention. It is to establish a prevention. Prevention for what? To prevent that your child is not the next. That's what that is to establish, because you know, if you sit back, it's like a ping pong system. What can change in you sitting back? What can change? We as a people must understand that nothing can change. Silence equals to silence, and especially here in America, which gives false image that it is treating its citizens with the integrity and dignity of beyond what anyone in a different country can see. So most people think here in America that America is fine and dandy, when in reality, here in America, there are so many complicated issues that have many people suffering. It's like America created its own mental wars and don't care. System changed, and the system said, well, rather than to discriminate and to hinder the poor people from jobs, we'll give them a job. And with that job, we're going to put in tax some rules and some regulations. That way it'll make them ineffective when it comes to the ministering of proper discipline upon their children. The proper discipline that the system have for your child is to incarcerate your child. The discipline that the system have for your child is to make sure that your child is inscripted with a imaginary number. That's what happens. So all their lives, in reality, they're known as that number. You didn't know that, did you? That's truth. Some people who have not been to prison for 30 years, they commit a crime or is alleged to have committed a crime, and they find themselves back in prison. Guess what? They get the same prison number they had 30 years ago. People on government assistance, you have a number. So government know how to control through their number system. And it has worked very effective towards the common goals and purposes that they wish to achieve. Many won't understand this. Yep. But trust me, someone probably listened to me maybe a year ago, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And you did nothing. You watched the video and you just kicked it to the curb. That's what you did. Said, that's a bunch of nonsense. That don't occur. Well this. Well that. You know what that equal to? Some of your kids being murdered by police. Some of your kids being placed in prison. Some of your kids brutalized. That's what that costs. When you don't listen to certain things, sometimes it comes with a cost. A cost. And the cost is the consequences. You know, in the Bible, it tells us to be able to carry that cross. It's heavy, a heavy one. It ain't light, because you're carrying everything in that cross on your back. Tells you to count the cost too, because you're gonna pay some consequences. Man, you're gonna run into some boogers out here. And I know that's a real old term. Please forgive me for identifying my age. But you're going to run into some very complicated people out here in this world that is out. I'm talking about, man, they're going to have a scheme that is out of this world. Think about that. They're going to have a scheme that is out of this world. It's time to wake up. It is time to Wake up, smell the coffee a little bit. Sucker brewing. Matter of fact, over brewing. So in a nutshell, and ending, in Austin, Texas, 5:30 on Thursday the 10th, which is tomorrow. Get up, come out, support accountability against the police. We need some accountability. You can't manage them if you ain't got no accountability. They can tell you what they want to tell you. They can do what they want to do. They can act the way they want to act. There's no accountability, no impunity, no measures or fear of any type of sanctions or actions being taken against them. You have watched the videos all on YouTube, and you watch them and you see how the police beat people with nightsticks. Some of them just blow people's brains out. Some of them just beat you to death. Some of them do stupid things and put you into consequences so that, guess what, you end up committing something that maybe look like suicide. You're not ignorant. Think about that. Some of you are school teachers. Some of you are state reps. Some of you are congressmen. Some of you are congresswomen. Some of you are newspaper people. Some of you are media agencies. You know the truth, man. You already know. Yes, each of you are paid to do a job. Each of you are. I can imagine, hey, crossing bridges to chop someone's neck sometimes do come with some type of hardship. But what you think of the hardship of Rosie Parks to establish rights so that our color could ride on a bus and not be discriminated in seating? Think about that. And I'm not just using Rosie Parks as a symbol to say that, well, that she has achieved any more than any other woman or man that have fought for change in this world. But what I'm saying is that she is well known for her ability to basically stand on the front of the line and to basically oppose the law. And her opposing the law, yes, she was charged with probably civil disobedience, and probably yeah, she was booked and things of that nature. But in you as a Rosie Parks, and many of you are Dr. Kings. The bottom line of it is that many of us have our visions and eyesights set upon what yesteryear used to look like. Understand, things have changed. And in changing, man, in this world, a shut mouth don't get fed. And I'm just being honest. So please, everyone who's watching this YouTube video and the live stream feed, please go to your Google and Google the name David Joseph, Austin, Texas. Read what happened to this kid. Radio stations, television markets, Al Jazeera, CNN, MSNBC. Some of you on this page, and I know you specifically. How about picking this case up? How about spreading the word about what took place to a human being? Yes, kid should not have been naked, if that's the case. And the reason I say that, police fabricate so much. It's hard to tell the truth in some of these cases. Pick this case up. Bring some attention to this case. David Joseph. David Joseph, he was a football player. David Joseph, he was a son. David Joseph was a brother. David Joseph was well respected by many in his community. We can't allow this type of senseless conduct to ride up under the radar, and especially at this time of our presidential election. We can't allow it to slide under. And I know the names are large. Rekia Boyd, Stephon Watts, and we just go on and on. Mike Brown, Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin, and we just go on and on. The list really stretches. Man, oh my gosh, the list is long, and it is growing every day. Tony Roberts, the list is just long. Flint Farmer, the list is long. We need some justice. Some of the cases are receiving some form of justice. We need some justice. If you can get your peers, get your peers. We need some justice. We got to be able to pick the right fights to get it done. We need some justice right here in Austin, Texas. And it needs to come quick. Or your child, subject of being gunned down, subject of being accused of a crime. You know, you never know. But I do know, before destruction comes, warning. You have gotten the warning. The rest is up to you. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.